I'm making this video for Mila because she said she loves cathedrals and Ukrainian cathedrals in particular. I'm now walking off the property of the condominium that is back to back with mine. I face north, they face south, and this view of Calgary. So just coming around the bushes here. There's downtown Calgary. That little thing there is the Calgary Tower. It used to be the tallest building in Calgary. And then this is the Bow building, which at 66 stories is taller than that 72-story building, but it has a higher number of feet per floor, or pitch as it's known in the industry, and is a premium building in Calgary. Speaking of premium buildings in Calgary, so there's another condo complex here, a small apartment building, and then a Ukrainian church, which we'll head to. From here you can hear the river. There's not many boats or canoes on the river here because we're close to, after these bridges, what's called a weir, which is a rolling depression in the river that will trap swimmers and boaters, and they'll drown because of that rolling trap placed horizontally across the river. Well, it's part of the river's natural geological state. So coming up here, beyond these cars that are parked here only in the daytime, is a beautiful Ukrainian church. I think the pronunciation is Saint Vladimir. And in fact, when I was describing this to a lady named Alina, who is at the front desk of the Hotel Blackfoot, where I go often and where I'm going later today for dinner, she told me about the history of Saint Vladimir and how he, I think around 900 AD, smashed the idols and helped introduce Christianity to Ukraine from idol worship. So here for this church, you can see I don't know if they own this grassy space here, but certainly on their land, there's a beautiful play area for the kids who are at the kindergarten, and then a garden. And I would hope, if they own this land or if not, they get a permit to garden here too, because that would be wonderful to have a nice big garden here. Behind it, I'm not quite back to back. This row of condos and apartments is in between me and that. And then behind it you can see over there, do you see a blue umbrella on the top of a fourth floor of a condo that goes down the hill? That's the one I live in. So here's the side of the church. I'm going to step back a bit so I can give you a better view. In my hand I have some respirators that I'm giving to a friend of mine at the Hotel Blackfoot. He's in fact an Australian rodeo cowboy who I met there yesterday, and I'm giving him some respirators because he and his colleagues are always on long flights for their competitions, and they don't wear respirators in the airports and on the planes. And I'm thinking, with measles exploding like it is in Alberta, worse than it is in the United States even, we are a very MAGA province here that doesn't care about masks or vaccinations. In fact, our government in its divide and conquer behavior opposes masks and vaccinations, even though they use them themselves privately. So it's very much a divide and conquer and kill the weak in order for the rich and the connected to profit. This here is the cultural center. I didn't film too much of the church because there's a lady there and I don't have her permission to film her. But here is the cultural center, and I think in the lower part is the daycare. And then here, for the driveway that leads to the back, there's a road closed, and you can see construction equipment there. So I'm not sure what they're building there. I would suspect that with the large number of Ukrainians coming to Calgary and 14% of Albertans being Ukrainian as it is from multiple waves of immigration going back into the late 1800s, they are probably expanding this facility to accommodate all the new people coming from Ukraine. And as someone that lives in this neighborhood and sees this beautiful architecture and the quality of people that come here and go and how well they maintain it, welcome to the neighborhood.